Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Mixed Media Mayhem, and today I'm also I have the Mixed Media Mayhem recipe, which is for torn or distressed paper, ink through a stencil, and a mixed alpha title. So I'm using this sketch, I believe it's sketch number 73 over at Scrap-A-Sketch, and I'm using some printables and a stencil from Scrap-A-Sketch, the shop that Lisa has at scrapasketch.com. And I mixed 3 different collections for the printables, just to get blue things, because I'm using a photo of Lisa's son Johnny, and he loves the color blue and he loves seaside types of elements. So I've kind of combined some of those things. So we'll see what we're gonna do here. The first thing I want to do is I want to add a little bit more. Well, first of all, if you look at the sketch, there's no mixed media on it. I'm going to add a little shading on the outside around these vertical panels. And then I'm going to do some stenciling with the anchor stencil, and we'll see how that works out. So this panel is going to go here. And so I'm going to put it maybe fairly close to the edge of the paper, maybe all the way. I think I like it all the way like that. So I'm going to take this tumbled glass, and I'm going to kind of just lightly burnish it in along what's going to be the outside. And I want it sort of irregular and not very obvious. That may be a little too subtle, so let me go back over that a bit. I kind of want it to look like it's a glow that's coming from under the panels. I don't know if that's what's going to happen here, but let's see if that worked. I didn't bring it out far enough, so that's okay. I'm going to go like this and out at more irregular looks. Okay, I kind of like that. So let's just put that on there. Actually, no, I'm gonna do this stenciling next. Well, actually, the very next thing I'm gonna do is to take these papers out. And this is the one that's going to go here. And I kind of am going to have that all the way at the end. I'm going to mark for myself where I want this kind of coming out a little bit. Some of this right around in here is going to get hidden by the cross panel. And I'm actually going to do a little bit of water spritzed on it so that I get some of that water reactivity And since this is kind of a nautical theme, that whole watery idea seems appropriate. There. And it's very subtle, but I think it shows. Now, that kind of tells me where I'm going to do my stenciling. I'm going to do my stenciling kind of up in here and then also down here. So I'm going to do this right there, and I'm going to start with a little bit darker color, the Uncharted Mariner, and I'm going to just kind of brush with this brush, which is a little bit different. Then I'm going to take the Mermaid Lagoon and that kind of came out a little bit darker than maybe I wanted. I'm going to go ahead and leave the lids off of these. Then I'm going to go with Mowed Lawn because I'm kind of blending down into a green. Okay. That's good, and it kind of left it very sort of fuzzy looking. So I'm going to do it the same thing down here. And I'm going to go backwards with the green. And then with the Mermaid Lagoon. And then with the Uncharted Mariner. Okay, so now I think I can fairly quickly put this together. I've got the trying to make sure I have that equal distance from the top and the bottom. Okay, and then this goes on the edge. I didn't put any foam behind this because the other panels are going to kind of cross it. Let me make sure I get this lined up the same as that. And then I've got this one. This paper was from By the Sea printables. And it's from the paper pack, of course. This one, the leaves, or the abstract tropical leaves, are from the Folk Garden collection. And this is from Adventure Trails, I think. So this is going to go here. Oh, I just dropped a bunch of stuff on the floor. And that is not a huge problem, but it's distracting. So I'll put that right kind of there, which is a little bit below center. Oh, you know what? I wanna put this underneath there, and I want to put the torn edge here. All the edges of the papers are distressed, but I wanted to also include a torn edge. Okay, I can. That, and then this I want to put on there just so that it kind of, it has that just a little bit above it, and then this below it. And you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take the foam off here, and I'm actually going to trim the white edge off. And the reason I'm doing that is for proportion's sake. The size of those papers was kind of set by how I printed them, and I printed them after I had printed the photo, and I didn't really compare sizes. But I think that the background of the photo with what looks like water and then sky, I think all of that contrasts enough, and I really wanted it to be inside, you know, like smaller than this. So I wanted it to be kind of like so. Let me get that. Well, actually, let me get the foam back on and do this. And I want to do it like so. And then I'm going to use this, which is one of the journaling elements, and I believe that's in the same collection as this, which is the Folk Garden. I'm going to overlap it onto the photo, which means I'm a little bit I need another layer of foam. It's a little bit uneven on there. So let me do that. Okay, there. And while this isn't specifically a seaside photo, it could be, or it could not be. You know? I'm gonna use a few seaside elements because I feel like I would use seaside elements for any page about Johnny, because he loves those things, you know, whether the photo were taken inside or on a boat or not. So I'm just gonna overlay. Well, I don't actually like that arrangement. Let me put this up a bit. I'm gonna put the house on first, a little beach house from the By the Sea element printables. And I'm gonna put that up a little bit higher, kind of offset like it's behind it. Okay, and then I'm going to use a flare kind of right there. And I'm going to put a butterfly on it. And the butterfly is definitely from the folk garden, as so is the bird. I'm going to do another flare up here and kind of overlap the photo with it. Again, I'm gonna even that out. It stuck to the photo paper, and there's no way on earth I'm gonna get that off of there. So I'm gonna put this. Oops, I did get it off, but I still need something that evens it out. So I'm going to do this and put it right back where it was. And then I'm going to put the bird on it. And these printables from the Folk Garden collection, I selected specifically in that cool color combination. There are all the colors. In fact, I got these alphas, these little first few alphas that I'm going to use from there. And I'm bringing in some of the colors of the sailboats. And I'm going to use this. I cut these out. These are from the printables, and I cut the letters out individually instead of cutting it out as a word. And I think I'm going to like having it on that background. I'm going to kind of tilt that one down a bit. And now I'm going to use these tiny letters to put the rest of my title. And you know, I'm hoping I can fit it. Let me do something real quick. I'm gonna, rather than put them on there and find that they don't fit, I'm gonna do something with these that Vicki Boutin kind of teaches us in class. It kind of makes them stand out if you overlap, and sometimes you can even vary the but I think I'm normally when she does it, she alternates foam on one and then not on the next. So I'm just going to keep the foam on there since it's there. And I'm going to do that. Now, And it's gonna say, hello, Johnny. And this whole page and video are a big hello to Johnny. And a year ago, I had met him and scrapbooked with him and hugged him and all the things, and I miss him a lot. And so I wanted to use some of his mom's supplies for a big old hello. He was definitely, meeting Johnny was definitely one of the highlights of my trip. And knowing that it's the anniversary of the trip, I'm kind of missing him a lot. I'm reminiscing, shall we say. Okay, I think that's done. I like the watery look that's there. I may add a bit more color down in here and up here. Let me get a little bit there. And I'm gonna maybe even this out a bit as it comes down. And I think I'm gonna go all the way around. With this, just to kind of give it a little bit more artistic feel. I don't know if that's what I'm trying to say. So it's not so stark white. And just to get a kind of put an edge on it, I'm gonna go ahead and do this on that white, and then it doesn't, again, kind of removes the stark whiteness from it. Okay, I think I'm done. So, Johnny, I miss you. Lisa, thank you for your lovely creations. And all of you following the Mixed Media Mayhem, I hope you'll check out all my mixed media friends in the description box and see what they did with this recipe. Again, the recipe was torn or distressed paper, and I have both, and ink through a stencil, which I did there, and a mixed alpha title. So I have my Hello Johnny there, and I thank you for watching. Bye.